We have a couple of 911 calls from the Kevin Hart crash, and they are extremely interesting to say the least. One of them being the call that was made from Kevin Hart's home. Now, we told you that after the accident, one of his security guards showed up on scene and picked up Kevin, drove him home. The 911 call was placed from his house at about 2:13 a.m. That is an hour and a half after the accident.
Right, which happened 12:45 in the morning.
We don't yet know who is the person who's calling. It is a female caller, and to be honest, she sounds out of it. But here's what she had to say about Kevin's condition. It is pretty grim from what she's saying.
Hi, this is an accident. I just need to know who's on. I need someone to come get him.
Thank you. And he's at a house, apartment, or business right now?
Yes, he's in a house.
Okay, how long ago did the accident happen, though? How long? I mean, a couple of hours ago, or when?
Like 20 minutes ago, outside of our gated community. I don't know what happened.
Okay, but
he's not coherent at all.
Did he get treatment originally from when he was injured? Did he go to the hospital, or?
No treatment at all. We're just here, and he can't move.
Is there any obvious broken bones that you can tell? You see anything broken?
Something on his back is pulling out on his spine, and I'm not sure.
So you can tell the injuries are intense. The part about that doesn't. She says that it happened about 20 minutes outside of our gated community.
Right, which we know the accident happened close to where Kevin lives. As far as it being 20 minutes, we know it was about 90 minutes. So
it's just
a hectic moment, hard to tell how much time has passed.
And also, when they say 20 minutes, I have to take into account whoever that person is on the phone definitely sounds out of it. I don't know if it's a sleeping pill. I don't know if it's someone who's been drinking, but they don't sound like they are
sound sober and coherent.
What I don't understand is, like, what is going on here? And I'm not saying that, like, anyone is lying or there's some, but something sounds fishy with this whole situation.
It's odd. So security picks him up, leaves the scene. His two friends are still there in the car.
Right.
But he goes home to get medical treatment. Now, even if, look, he could have gone home thinking I'm going to be okay, but clearly was not, especially from what the caller is saying.
When you hear that he left with his security, you imagine that his injuries aren't all that severe. And then when you hear that 911 call that he's leaking something out of his back, which I'm not a doctor, that sounds incredibly serious to me.
And by the way, and Kevin Hart is not a dumb person. He's a smart guy, and he's surrounded himself with smart people, right? So why, if you know you have a back injury, why are you not going right to the hospital, especially when you've been in a crazy car accident like that? So that's so serious, obviously serious. It's bizarre, and I can't figure this out for the life of me.
It sounds like, this is just my opinion, that he wanted to get away from that accident scene.
To that point, there is another call that we have. This is the 911 call that was made from the accident scene. The first person to show up, or actually, I guess there were two people who showed up on the scene at almost the exact same time. Kevin's security and this civilian. Now, we've spoken to this person. You're going to hear them on the 911 call, and he says when he pulled up, the security guard was there and was attempting to get Kevin out of the car. Now, listen to what he had to say on the call, because he's describing what he's seeing and how many people are there in the car. Listen to this, and then we're going to explain a little bit about what he means when he says, "I saw the driver get out."
Is everybody in the vehicle awake?
Yeah, they're both awake. Sounds like the passenger's stuck in the car. The driver is out of the car, but he looks a little hurt.
But how many are still stuck in the car?
Two are stuck in the car, so there was three, I guess.
Two, okay. All right. Are both of them conscious?
Yeah, they're all conscious. It sounds like they're just scared because they're in there stuck.
Okay, and also, what part of the car is crushed?
The roof is crushed, and the car is pretty totaled. Help's coming, guys. Don't worry. The ambulance is on the way. Stay calm. Help's coming.
Now, that 911 caller we've spoken to, he said the part of the call where he says the driver is out of the car. Remember, CHP says that the driver was not Kevin Hart, that when they arrived, when first responders got there, Jared Black was the man who was in the driver's seat, was pinned in the driver's seat, the way they described it, and his fiancee, you see there, Rebecca Broxterman, was also in the car and also pinned. So
when he says the driver got out, what does he mean?
He's not talking about Jared. He has just seen Kevin walk up, the security guard. He says that the security guard pulled Kevin out of the driver's side window.
That's a big deal.
Just pulled him out of the driver's side window. That doesn't mean that, because he saw that, the 911 caller is thinking, oh,
he
Kevin
assumes
was the
that
driver.
That's the driver.
Again,
it does throw a little bit of doubt in your mind.
If you're standing there, obviously that's what you'd think. Now,
right.
Remember, CHP, like we said, they said that Jared Black was pinned in the driver's seat. But you can understand why the caller thought that.
And I've looked at this car. It's not 2 seats. It's a big bench. So if you were jostled in a car accident, I could also see you sliding over to the driver's seat, and maybe you get out that side. So it does not mean he was driving.
Ben Frank, Atlanta, Georgia. Kevin Hart, 911 emergency call. First off, I want to start out by saying we're praying for you, Kev. I'm glad that his back surgery was successful, and hopefully he has a speedy recovery. Although the time frame of the accident reports does seem really off, since the unknown female caller reported the crash a quarter after 2, stated that the crash was 20 minutes ago and that someone needs to come get him, when the accident was originally reported an hour and a half earlier, and the security already picked him up. But either way, I'm sure Kevin will bounce back in no time. I'm a big fan, so prayers up for you, Kev. I wish you the best.
Yeah, that is, everyone agrees on. Whatever happened leading up to it, everyone wants the best for Kevin's health.